Hi, this is Jason Rivera, and I'm here with Tom Kirkham. Tom, how can businesses protect themselves from ransomware attacks, which have become more frequent and costly in recent years?
Oh, that's a great question, and it's something that we've been preaching. I've been preaching for, well, you guys can, whatever side the videos are on, on this YouTube, up here or on the side or whatever. There's just for years, we've been talking about ransomware is the number one threat to everyone. Don't think you're too small. Don't think, why would somebody want to hold our data for hostage? All data is valuable. Okay. And you can watch one of the other videos about why you're being too small or in the middle of nowhere or seemingly why would anybody be interested in your information? Those are all myths. It's a huge hacking industry out there, and it's just a numbers game to them. They don't know who you are, nor do they care. They just care how many people pay the ransom. Okay. Now I got that out of the way. The only way to properly secure your company against a modern day ransomware attack is using a product, and this product is called an EDR, endpoint detect and response. And the only way to properly do that, proper governance and best practices say it has to be managed. That means you already have to have an infosec professional or cybersecurity professional engaged with your organization. And the reason for that is a good EDR will function as an intrusion detection system and an intrusion prevention system. However, in the case of a security event, it still has to be investigated, and that requires humans. And sometimes the automated tools don't always work 100%. That requires human response. And if you're not already engaged with an infosec company, then you're going to end up in crisis management. And our number one objective, my mission, is to get everybody to think up front, invest the money, time, and energy in preventing it in the first place. Now, why an EDR? EDRs use a neural network or machine learning or artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it. AI is the buzzword. They use a detection system that doesn't rely on virus signatures. Antivirus is no longer effective. It's basically a waste of money. It's 40-year-old technology. Antiviruses look for a virus signature. And depending on who, whatever consumer grade, Norton, McAfee, Bitdefender, whatever, and there's not any of them that are any worse than the others, but sometimes they go days, weeks, or months without updating the virus definition file. EDRs do not rely on that. They look at the behavior of the user and the behavior of the computer and predict an imminent attack and stops it. In a modern ransomware attack, technically, there is no virus to detect. It's using, in most cases, what's built into Microsoft Office and built into Microsoft Windows. There's no virus to detect. So EDRs use a storyline, and through machine learning, the neural net, they learn about new attacks and new attack methods and the steps a virus goes through before it triggers the attack. And because it can identify these storylines, that's what makes it so much more effective. Now, get this. Our main partner on EDR is SentinelOne. The year after year after year, they perform terrific independent studies. They're in the top two, I would say. CrowdStrike's another really good one from what I understand. I think we're supposed to evaluate CrowdStrike this year. So what you have to know about EDRs is these best of breed, the SentinelOnes of CrowdStrike's out there. And there's some other good ones as well. Those are my two favorites. You can't buy them directly. You can't buy them yourself. They have to be bought through a company specializing in cybersecurity because they have to be configured properly, they have to be deployed properly, and don't forget, they've got to be monitored and responded to by InfoSec professionals. So if you're going to go down this route, which everyone should, if everyone had EDR and proper monitoring and mitigation of security events, ransomware would go away. Banning Bitcoin's not going to do it. Ransomware has been around 10 years before Bitcoin was invented. That's not the problem. And that usually never is the problem. So that's the only way to protect you and your company from a modern ransomware attack. The game has changed, and that's another video, another time. I'm sure you can find it over here, but the history behind all of this is just, the bottom line is antivirus is no longer effective, or it has limited effectiveness, and you've got to put in a managed EDR product, and you might as well go ahead and get the best.